What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And this one I'm going to be trying to make Bass Pro Shops and I guess Cabela's in Minecraft. Here it is. I will explain the non-usage of banner letters on this build in a little bit. I'm not going to explain it in the intro. Funnily enough, there's really no tutorials on a Bass Pro Shops on YouTube, which I actually find very surprising. So yeah, here's this one, I guess. Oh my god, it's so big. I got a little carried away. Anyway, here it is in all of its Minecraft blockiness, and yeah, with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Here are all of the materials you'll be needing for this build, just like one or two, you know, just a few. Alrighty, and the space we need for this is a 108 by 59. You can shrink this in ways because of the symmetry. I guess you could chop off like a part of a side, but it is completely up to you. And the materials we need to start off are, I don't remember the name of this block. You need block of raw iron. I discovered this is a really good brick block, and you'll see. Unless you dislike it, then I guess sure. Spruce planks, dark prismarine, black stained glass pens, stripped dark oak wood. I think you can use logs, but I'm not positive. I believe the wood is probably preferred here. What was the other thing I was gonna say? Oh yeah, black stained glass blocks, dark oak doors, mud bricks, and what will be the dreaded ninth material here? Hold on, let me actually pull up my thing. It will be. We'll go nether brick walls. We may not use those immediately, but that's kind of what I'm going to go with. So starting from the front left-hand corner of your 108 by 59 grid golf goal, if you made it, if you need to start from the front right, that is fine. You want to start by counting back by 11. And right by 3. And going right from this block, you will place... And going right from this block, you want to place 43 blocks of raw iron. Just like so. We're then going to do next a left to right or right to left pattern on top of that. Doesn't matter. You'll place 3 spruce planks, dark prismarine, 2 pins, dark prismarine, 2 pins, dark prismarine, 2 pins, dark prismarine, 17 spruce planks, dark prismarine, 2 pins, dark prismarine, 2 pins, dark prismarine, 2 pins, dark prismarine, then you should end with 3 spruce planks, like so. So it should be symmetrical. I guess alternatively, you could place 3 spruce planks off either side, then do the windows, and then just fill the middle with spruce. You'll then, anyway, copy that row 2 more times. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am, for the most part, just, again, living the dream. But... yeah, if you're in survival for any reason, yeah, this is an expensive build for sure. Prismarine, blocks of full raw iron, you know, it's not cheap by any means, but that wasn't my intention. I just realized, like, I was looking for kind of a, because I always use stone bricks generally for a texture like this one, and I was like, I want an alternative, and block of raw iron surprisingly works well. Anyway, what you can do from that point is just place an additional row of spruce planks on top. I'm realizing I missed something on my grid, but it's not a huge deal. It's just like dots, pretty much. We'll then move on to the middle section, and we're going to build up this whole thing as we kind of go along here. So you want to start at the right side of this row, and you want to place going forward diagonally right from this end block of raw iron, another block of raw iron. Then go forward diagonally right from that and place a black glass. Bring that forward with 2 dark oak doors on the left half of those blocks. Then a black glass. Then forward diagonally left with a block of raw iron. Then forward with a mud brick. Then right with 4 raw iron blocks. Upward facing stripped dark oak. 4 raw iron. Upward facing stripped dark oak. 4 raw iron. A mud brick. then back with a raw iron, back diagonally left with a black glass, back with 2 dark oak doors on the right half of those blocks, back with a black glass, and then back diagonally right with a block of raw iron. And you should have this shape. We're going to focus on this, and we're going to build up this whole thing, and then maybe do the detailing, or we might end up waiting because of materials and stuff. So we'll start with the mud bricks here. You want to take each of the side mud bricks and bring them up with an additional 8 mud bricks. You'll then go forward from those top mud bricks with 2 stripped dark oak wood that just face out. You could actually make these logs if you so choose. I kind of didn't consider it, but yeah, I think it works fine as is. You will end up connecting the top 2 mud bricks together with sideways stripped dark oak wood, just like so. You can then take the singular stripped dark oaks here at the bottom and just extend them up until they run into the said stripped dark oak wood. You'll take, essentially at the bottom above the blocks of raw iron, you'll place 3 black stained glass pans above each one individually. I don't particularly have a better way to describe this step, so we're just going to do this. You'll then above that place a row of sideways stripped dark oak wood going across here, and then you'll just fill in the top 2 rows with black stained glass panes again. Just like so. Now, you can get rid of, I think, dark oak doors and get out dark prismarine stairs. And off of the left and the right where the stripped dark oak sticks forward, you're going to place dark prismarine stairs off of the sides of these blocks here. You can also extend it forward an additional 1 like so. And if you have your grid line, there'll actually be still 1 inside of the grid line, and that's fine. The logo sticks the furthest out, funnily enough. Anyway, you will then take these stairs that stick out the furthest and bring them in with an upside down dark prismarine stair. Up with a dark prismarine stair. In with an upside down stair. Up with a stair. In with an upside down stair. Up with a stair, etc., etc. And you're going to keep going until you reach a point, which should be a 2-block center where you'll just have 2 stairs that end up back to back. Just like so. This is a pretty big peak, I'm not going to lie. It's certainly up there. And this will end up being as tall as the build gets, with the exception of the chimney, because the chimney is just, I don't know, it's different. So yeah, you should have this. Nice. Now, for simplicity's sake here, I would just take each of the normal dark prismarine stairs and bring them back by like 3 or something. Do not bring the upside down stairs back because, funnily enough, this build has a different underhang block than an overhang block. At least on the inside of this peak. None of the other really, or the other peak, I guess, peaks? Sure. Don't have this because I don't overhang by more than 1. And you kind of need the outer row to be the same because if it isn't, it just looks weird. It gets too choppy. Anyway, you should have this. You'll then fill in above where the stripped dark oak wood is here, this kind of sideways row, with nether brick walls, just going up in each row until you end up hitting some stair or something or other. I don't know. It usually will be a stair, but I guess that's kind of besides the point. That is the point, actually. So yeah, you should have this. At the left and right. Do I have an image of it? I sure hope I do. I don't. Well, we'll start with the doorways because I do have an image of those somewhere or other. I don't know where, but somewhere here. You want to take the raw iron on either side of the doorways and bring them up with 4 stripped dark oak wood. You'll then take not the top stripped dark oak wood, but 1 down and connect them together with sideways stripped dark oak like so. Fill in above that row of stripped dark oak with black stained glass panes, and then basically anywhere below it, you'll bring the black glass up until it's at the same height, or alternatively, the dark oak doors also up with black glass. This should allow you to get rid of your black stained glass blocks and, in theory, your mud bricks, but I'm not positive. So we're going to get rid of them anyway, and also the nether brick walls. And I'll move the dark prismarine stairs forward a slot, because now we need dark oak planks, dark oak slabs, and spruce stairs. This is where things get really fun, but also complicated. When I say fun, I mean it doesn't get fun at all. That's just me, you know, having to say something to make this seem better. Anyway, you want to take the front strip dark oak on either side, and you want to kind of follow it along the diagonal of the roof, just to the first block above it, where you'll place a dark oak plank behind this upside down stair. This is kind of where things get weird, but it'll end up being okay. You want to go in from either of those with an upside down dark oak slab, up with a slab, in with a plank, in with an upside down slab, up with a slab, in with a plank, in with an upside down slab, up with a slab, and then in with a plank to connect. And that almost looks arched. That's a really weird illusion. That's definitely not arched, I'll tell you that. But anyway, you'll then take the top middle dark oak planks and place a dark oak slab on top of either, which will be brought out with a dark oak plank, and that's pretty much where that ends. Then from this point, every dark prismarine stair that you can, you will place an upside down spruce stair below. Some of them you'll have dark oak under, and then there's like this one where there's actually a gap here, but just it'll cover itself up, so no one will know. But yeah, you'll just pretty much cover up these back 2 rows. You will still have a little bit of dark prismarine showing there, and that's not a huge deal, because it's mainly shadowed anyway. But yeah. Not even a huge detail in general, because as mentioned, it is fairly just hidden and obscure. But there you go. It's looking good. You can then get rid of the 3 things we just got out, which are the dark oak planks, dark oak slabs, and spruce stairs, and you can get out yellow concrete. I had to think for a second there. Stone. And stone stairs, just for now, I guess. Off of the 2 kind of middle dark oak planks here, you want to place yellow concrete in front of each of them. You will extend the yellow left and right by 1. And then below the yellow on the left, you'll place a stone block. You'll bring that stone block left with a stone stair facing left, which you can then bring that stair down with another stone block, and then an upside down stone stair facing right, like so. Right of... Actually, each of these stone blocks, either the stone blocks and the upside down stair, you'll place 4 yellow concrete to the right. 1 will stick further out, you will notice. Which is good, because you'll just take that yellow concrete and extend it down by 1 as well, and you should have this. Yet again, get rid of those back 3 materials, and which were yellow concrete, stone, and stone stairs. And get out mangrove slabs. Stripped spruce wood. It needs to be wood for sure, this one. And there's something else, I swear. We'll go waxed weathered cut copper slabs. This is going to be a lot of inventory changing, by the way. There's a lot going on in this build. So you want to come to the top row of yellow concrete, and you want to be actually on the block that I'm highlighting. It's not the furthest left, but it's 1 to the right. You'll place a mangrove slab here. Right of it, an upside down mangrove slab, which is kind of diagonally, and then right of that, just a normal mangrove slab again, like so. Below the mangrove slab we started with, you'll count down by 1 to this yellow, which should be the one directly below it, and place a mangrove slab with another one to the right. Below the right mangrove slab, you'll place, again on the block just below it, another mangrove slab, and down diagonally left and down diagonally right from this, you'll place a couple of upside down mangrove slabs, like so. This was going to be these kind of squiggle lines anyway, but I'll explain later, because you can actually, technically speaking, fit outdoor world, which is what it says here, and there's a couple others as well, which I'll explain in a second. Let's just kind of get the squiggly line done first. So, starting on the far right here, you want to be on the stripped dark oak, these kind of 2 rows. On this, what is the bottom right one, you'll place an upside down waxed weathered cut copper slab with a right side up one just on top. You can then get rid of those slabs, along with, I guess for now, the mangrove slabs, and get out smooth quartz slabs, and I guess dark oak slabs. And right of the bottom waxed copper slab, or whatever, the weathered one, you'll place an upside down smooth quartz slab just left. You'll then end up bringing it left with essentially kind of diagonals of smooth quartz slabs. You'll end up placing 4 to the left. So it'll be up diagonally left with a slab, down diagonally left with an upside down, up diagonally left with a right side up, and then down diagonally left with an upside down slab. Then moving left of that, you'll leave a gap of 1, place upside down slab, and then it'll do pretty much the same thing where you'll have the upside down one, and then you'll have the right side up, and then you'll just do this zigzag kind of line all the way until you're at the end of the strip dark oak. The banner letters for the words outdoor world would fit on here. However, I didn't do them because I thought they looked stupid. I'm a little bit old-fashioned. You won't see me use banner letters much. I'll use them here and there. Maybe like one tutorial every 5 or 6 or something out of the city specifically. But for this, I didn't because I didn't like the way that it looked. I think the old kind of almost cartoonish look looks better. That's really the only way I can describe it here. But yeah, it is up to you if you do it the way that I did or not. It doesn't particularly matter. So let's make the bottom right side first so we can do both sides at the same time here because they're basically exactly the same. At the right side, you want to take this bottom right block of raw iron near the doors and place 1 back diagonally right by 1 from it. You'll bring this block of raw iron right by 42. Like, so I think I said 42. Did I say 42? If I said 42, that's what I meant. If I said 43, I meant 42. I, like, had a moment when I hit the end. I was like, wait, did I say 43? But no, I think I didn't. You'll figure out in this next step. So let's go specifically left to right just because of that, although it is symmetrical. You want to place 3 spruce planks, dark prismarine, 2 pans, dark prismarine, 2 pans, dark prismarine, 2 pans, dark prismarine, and then after this dark prismarine you will place 17 spruce planks, dark prismarine, 2 pans, dark prismarine, 2 pans, dark prismarine, 2 pans, dark prismarine, and then you should end on 3 spruce planks. Again, if you don't, just check the 17, and then if the 17 is right, then you just change the raw iron to the right amount. It's not a huge deal necessarily. You then want to copy that row 2 more times. I sure do love my storage space running out again. That happens it's like once every month or so. I just run out of storage randomly in the middle of a tutorial. Usually every time it's in the middle of a recording. Never a stream, funnily enough. But I guess I'm not really doing enough to warrant that. I guess as it's trying to save my video clips, it's like, nuh-uh, that's too much. At least it actually tells me it isn't like, oh, sorry, we didn't record the last 2 hours you were doing because I ran out of storage. Anyway, on top of that, you'll then place just a single row of spruce planks. Here's the, I guess you could call it the fun part, but I don't know if you want to call it that. I'm not gonna, just kidding, I'll do whatever. So, on top of the stripped dark oak here for the doorways, you want to place stripped spruce wood that faces left to right. And I'm going to just place a placeholder row and then place this like this on both sides. If you do end up placing any placeholders over, do destroy them because it's important for numbers. You'll then take each of those stripped spruce and extend them out by 40 with more sideways stripped spruce. So they should end in line with the last dark prismarine on the last little window section. If that gives you any help. I guess you don't technically need to count out the 40 for that, but you know. I feel like having the number linked, even if you don't necessarily need it, is nice because you can just make sure that you still have everything lining up the way that it should. Because God forbid, I'm like, just take it to this point, and then you end up being 2 blocks off and you don't know it until we're doing some complicated thing on the roof and you're like, huh, that's not how that lines up. So it is always nice. Like, I'll even count the other side just to make sure. Albeit I do have my grid, so that does generally help anyway, but you know. The grid isn't always perfect, I suppose. It is also pretty important that at least on the like left side, there'll be the strip spruce texture should be facing up and down like this. That'll be more important later, but just figured I would point it out. There we go. There's how words work. And yeah. This may look a little goofy right now, but that's okay. Yeah, it looks a little strange, but you should have this. We'll get there in a second. So, on both sides, you're doing kind of a pattern here. Now, this pattern is going to be a little bit weird to place, and you'll see why pretty quickly. So, starting from this front strip dark oak, you'll place an upside down dark oak slab outside of it. I'm going to do one side at a time. You'll then go out from that, which is, a normal slab outside of that, and then an upside down dark oak slab from there. The normal slab should have a half a block gap between it and the strip spruce, and the next one will be up against it. You'll then leave a gap of 5 and place an upside down strip dark oak, or an upside down dark oak slab. Jesus, I cannot speak. And then you'll place a right side up dark oak slab to the side of that, and then a strip dark oak facing up and down to the side of that. Then another dark oak slab, then an upside down slab. So you can realistically place the strip dark oak and then place these slabs after. So what I mean is, gap of 5 here, I'll place the upside down slab, I'll leave a gap, strip dark oak, leave a gap, upside down slab, and then just inside of them place your strip dark oak. And you're going to do this all the way until you abruptly hit the end here, which you will notice you'll end up, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that was 4. You'll end up with the strip dark oak on the corner, which is correct. And then you can bring the strip dark oak back there with the dark oak slab, and then back from there with an upside down dark oak slab. So again, other side. From the strip dark oak, right with a slab, right with an upside down slab. Gap of 5, upside down slab, and then it'll be a right side up slab, and then a strip dark oak. Right side up slab, upside down, and then again gap of 5, etc., etc. It's not really a complicated pattern. Just there is a little bit of dynamic to it for sure. Like, I'm gonna do it like this just because I'm feeling extra. And then I'll make sure to remember to bring this back here on the far side. Only the furthest one gets brought back with the slabs. So you should have this. You'll then take each stripped dark oak that's kind of just floating here and bring it down with 3 stripped dark oak and then a block of raw iron at the floor. You could alternatively bring it all the way down if you don't like the raw iron here. It is what it is. Or you can alternatively just replace all of the raw iron with like stone bricks, as I was mentioning earlier, as I use generally in these types of situations. But I wanted the more like, the more brown tan-ish color palette. You see I have that, obviously, and then the green. Yeah, the raw iron fits that better than stone bricks. I guess I could have also used mud bricks, but I already used mud bricks, and that's lame. So anyway, you should have this, and I would say that looks solid. Now, it is still kind of missing a little bit of an important detail, which we'll talk about literally right now. Off of the front row of strip spruce, you want to place a row of dark prismarine stairs both in front of it and also on top of that row. Just like so, if I could place my stairs. I'm not going to extend them or anything yet because it's not really a huge deal. We'll worry about that later. Once we also know the amount of stairs that we need to be placing. As an amount of rows of stairs. Anyway, from this point, you want to, instead of placing a 3rd row of stairs, up diagonally back from the previous row of stairs, you're going to place a spruce plank on the inside, on both sides. Make sure you're just one outside of the mud brick here, and you kind of see where that is. It's hard to explain, but just basically make sure you don't encroach behind the mud brick because we're going to have to fill that back later. But you then want to take those spruce planks and extend them out by 13. Then bring each of those spruce plank rows up with 4 additional rows. This time you will end up kind of encroaching on the left, but we're not going to worry about it just yet because it's not important just yet. Anyway, off the top row of spruce planks, you'll place a row of dark prismarine stairs that will extend specifically off the outside by 1, which means on the right here, it'll extend off the right by 1, and on the left, it'll extend off the left by 1. So from this point, you want to take these outer stairs and bring them back with an upside-down stair, up with a stair, back with an upside-down stair, up with a stair, back with an upside-down stair, up with a stair, and I believe you want to do that one more time. Yeah, back with an upside-down stair and then up with a stair. Which means you should have in total 5 dark prismarine stairs like so, and then 5 upside-down ones. Well, I guess 4 upside-down ones, actually. Like this. And if you do take this top one and you stand on it and you trace it to the main peak, you'll notice you'll be 1 short of the top of it. So I'm at Y25 from that over here, and then when I go up, I'll be on Y26. And we'll do that on both sides. So it's really just 4 more stairs. So 1, 2... 3, 4. You can also work that back down, I guess. We might as well get it out of the way. So just back with a dark prismarine stair, down with an upside-down stair, back with a stair, down with an upside-down stair. And you're going to keep this going and kind of just keep an eye on the front until you're in line with the Y level of the front. So you see if I trace this, we're in line. Nice. Something like this is no particular reason in giving a particular number. Other than just the fact that, yeah, be in line. Because it doesn't particularly matter if it goes further down on the back, I guess. The only thing is if you go 1 further, I know you will end up being just sitting on the back roof. I think it's 1 row. If I remember correctly, it is. But it might be like 2 or... No, it is 1, I see. So anyway... On both these peaks, you want to go from the outside peak that we just made on this first row of stairs and then going, I guess, outside or inside from this, I suppose. You want to place 3 dark prismarine stairs, a spruce plank, 2 blank stained glass pins, spruce plank, and then however many dark prismarine stairs. For me, it'll just be a 7 until we're on the end of the spruce row. So other side, 3 stairs, plank, 2 pins, plank, and then just 7 stairs. You'll take the planks here and extend them up by 1 and then back by 1, just so we don't have to really fill that in later. In the middle of these front planks, you'll place black stained glass panes, and then on top of the black stained glass panes, you'll place spruce planks. This will just set us up to make this roof in a little bit, but we don't quite have the materials yet to do so. Which we may actually end up just kind of getting ready for. Yeah, let's... what can we get rid of? Get rid of your black stained glass panes, stripped dark oak wood, and dark oak slabs, and move your dark prismarine stairs forward so they're next to your dark prismarine blocks, and then get out dark prismarine slabs, bamboo slabs, and back we are with the mangrove slabs. Before we do the actual peaks, I want to get the, like, little squiggly lines on the sides here put down just so we kind of know where they go. So you want to be on the right side first and on the second row of spruce up on the far, whatever this side is left, the inside. You want to count right by 4. And going right from that, you'll place 3 mangrove slabs, gap of 1, and then 2 smooth quartz slabs. Half a block above this, you're doing the squiggle, starting from the far left where the mangrove is. So a smooth quartz slab just on top of this mangrove slab, I guess. and then upside down slab, normal slab, and etc. You're just keeping this going until you're in line with the final smooth quartz slab. This one says something about boats. I forget what they say, or I forget what this one says. I know what the other two say. This one, again, was outdoor world on the front, which is just a white. The green is like a little leaf. And then on the left side, you want to kind of do a similar thing where you start from the same position, the second row spruce up, kind of behind where this dark prismarine stair row is, actually. And you want to count left by 5 and place a bamboo slab. And then you will go left with the amount of diagonals, starting kind of going down. So, hold on, I need the number. Can I have an image that shows? This one shows enough. You'll just go left with an upside down, right side up, upside down, right side up. So you have 5 in total. Each of the right side up bamboo slabs, you'll copy a block above, which will kind of create a chain link like this. This one says Cabela's, which is Cabelas, which I'm like two blocks short from having it fit. But this isn't written in cursive also, so yeah. I technically could have made enough room to fit the like big letters, but I already had all the squiggles here in the middle, so I figured I'd just keep it going, you know. I feel like having inconsistencies with that can be weird, especially like if this was the only thing with the squiggles, then fine, but I don't know. Let's direct our attention back to the top peaks here, and specifically the little windows we just made earlier. Above the top spruce planks, you want to place dark prismarine slabs, specifically the middle two. Above the planks left and right of that, you'll place dark prismarine blocks, and then outside of those blocks, you'll place slabs again. Extend all of that forward a row, and under the top 2 dark prismarine slabs, you'll place opposite down dark prismarine slabs, like so. And then again, do the same thing on the other side. So slabs at the top, blocks down diagonally from those, I guess, and then slabs outside, and then you're just going to bring it all forward with the upside down slabs included. From this point, I would fill... It's kind of time to start connecting the roofs, I guess. First off, get rid of your mangrove slabs specifically, I guess, and get out mud bricks. Because as we're doing this, you have this little gap here on the right and left behind the center bit, where you'll literally just take the kind of, I guess, top 3 mud bricks if you're feeling this guy. If not, you don't need to bring him back, but you'll just bring each of those mud bricks back by 1 to connect into that. And then it's about just kind of filling in the gaps here. Now, this peak does stick 1 higher, so we're going to just bring the peak essentially back 1 further than that goes back, which we'll have to worry about that a little bit later, but we can at least connect the front here. So basically, these stairs at the bottom you'll just bring back by 1, and then you can bring these planks over so these stairs have something to actually run into. So 1, 2, 3, and then you see I'm just kind of placing these, and then this row it'll go back by 1 and then just out by 2. And then the next row will connect into the main peak. And then you'll have to worry about these smaller roofs, which are fairly easy. I guess one more row you do have where you'll just place the stairs coming out of the planks on either side, specifically the back planks. And yeah, it's not really a complicated roof. I guess you do have 3 things you're worrying about, which is, you know, more than 2. But and then on the next row, really you're bringing the dark prismarine slabs, these like outer ones, back by 1. And then the blocks back by 2, so when you bring the dark prismarine stairs across, they'll run into the blocks and just stop. And then yeah, you're just bringing it forward here, and it's a simple little guy. Not very little actually, but I guess I do call it simple, but there's a lot going on still, to some extent. And then the top row stairs here on the side peaks will end up just going straight across, and these slabs can connect back into it. I always say this, and I'll reiterate again if you understand what I mean by this. I guess it is a lot to think about. It is slabs, or no, it's, how do I even say it? I forgot words, man, they don't exist. It is blocks over stairs and stairs over slabs, and then slabs are just kind of the loser, unfortunately. So yeah, you should have that, and that is looking a lot better, I would say. So, it's time. I guess. For the final roof that we have to do anything with, precisely. The 2 rows of dark prismarine stairs we have at the base here that we kind of made and then just abandoned to do the top. You'll extend them out on the left and right by an additional 1. Just like so. And I would also do the upside down stairs, or I guess the single upside down stair for now, in between the two. Just to get it out of the way. We'll end up having to do it later anyway, so we might as well just place it now as we're about to do the other ones. So then from this top stair, you'll go back with an upside down stair, up with a stair, back with an upside down stair, up with a stair, back with an upside down stair, and then up with a stair. So you'll end up just only going 3 stairs further than the 2 that we already had, which should give you, if I did my math correct, a total of 5. 2 plus 3 should equal 5 in theory. And then I would actually take that dark prismarine stair and just bring it back with 2 dark prismarine blocks. Specifically 2 for the walls later, but that's not hugely important necessarily. Now, it's kind of just filling in everything from this point. We have to fill in a whole lot of holes. So, at the sides where these peaks go up, you'll just bring the strip spruce wood up with upward-facing strip spruce to fill in whatever gaps you may have. That's easy enough. And then you're essentially bringing these stairs and blocks inward until they run into where this spruce plank area is. When you're doing this, you will have to fill in the side of the spruce plank area, I guess. And then with the blocks, essentially you see I hit this top dark prismarine stair. And then I'll place an extra row of blocks, actually, to kind of show, actually, the blocks are in line, aren't they? Haha, I'm so smart. And then from this point, it's really just filling underneath each stair until you're 1 block above the height of those dark prismarine blocks. Except for, obviously, the back stair here. This guy doesn't really get tampered with. And I'll just bring the 2 rows across, I guess, for now. It's hard to do more than this because we don't have the outer walls, so I don't particularly want to jump ahead and start making the ceiling, or making the, I guess, roof go further back when we don't actually have anything to kind of go off of. So that's why we're gonna make the outer walls next. And then you see here I'll have the 2 rows of blocks. And everything should work. In theory. And then we'll worry about the top peak in a little bit as well, because I do know that one is still there. We can't do much with that until we have the rest of the build, though, so let's do that right now. So, off of the left and right. First off, you can actually take the outer 3 most rows of spruce planks and extend them up with an additional 4 spruce planks. Again, according to my calculations, this should leave you 1 shorter than the dark prismarine kind of blocks of these side roofs. Then from that, you're going to go out with 2 blocks of raw iron from the original row of raw iron and then extend it forward by 1, so you have a little 2 by 2. And then you'll bring this up with also 8 block of iron. Or block of raw iron, I guess I should say. And then, yeah, you'll have pillars. And again, you're doing this on both sides. So 2 out, extend those end 2 forward, and then up to the same height. You'll then take the... Oh, why did I not have this number? You'll then take the kind of back inner block of raw iron of that pillar, and you'll extend it back with 45 blocks of raw iron. And you'll do the same with the one on the other side and just kind of connect them across at the back row, which I'll just bring this back row across and I have the grid line so I can kind of cheat and see that it ends there. But you don't necessarily even have to count them both out. You can just figure it out like so. Now, you want to place 8 rows of spruce planks on top of all of that iron. I'm filling this because I'm not spending 15 minutes filling in walls when I can do it in 30 seconds. And again, you can do 2 at a time if you just use a corner. Fill in 1, and then use the same command for the other one. I'll even go a block short just so I can go right on the corner there. Not that it matters, I guess, but you know. Yeah, for the fun of it. So you should have this. You'll then, I guess, take the back corner row of the walls and just kind of coat them in block of raw iron, which would be a row behind, a row off the side, and then you'll just fill out the corner. Like so. I love these pillars on builds. They look nice. This one is a little bit more interesting because, again, I'm using block of raw iron out of all blocks, but that's not particularly the point I'm trying to make here. Anyway, you should have this. Now, you'll take the quote-unquote lower level that we just made, and you'll place a dark prismarine on top of each top block, whether that be a spruce plank or a raw iron block. Either or. This is an interesting one if I end up using this block more often, the block of raw iron. It'll be fun for sure. And then going outside of those, you'll place upside down dark prismarine stairs just going around the whole build, making sure they kind of all fluently connect and flow together. Obviously, you won't necessarily be able to where the dark prismarine stair roof is, or where that comes back, just ignore that part, but at least do like the left, right, and back, and the like 4 blocks in the front you can. I guess it's 3 from the... Is it 3 or is it 2? I guess it'd be 2, actually. From the spruce and then the raw iron pillar, of course. Now I'll show you a little bit more what I mean. I guess that isn't particularly specific. Yeah, it should look like this. Nice. So, I'm gonna specifically... You can fill in the entire dark prismarine roof now if you really want. You can do this with a command, actually. If you're on, like, Switch or mobile or something, I'm so sorry, because you cannot do this in one go like I can. But if you just go from corner to corner, you can do a /fill dark prismarine. You really only need to go, for now, like 3 rows further back than this particular front peak if you want to, or if you do not want to do the whole thing now and you just need the last little step here. But I'm going to just fill in the whole thing with a command like that. And yeah. Just going to make sure it didn't screw up anything. Which it did not. So, now what we can do here is... We're going to do almost marking for this. So what you want to do is you want to take the bottom spruce plank row, which it should be a little row of 2 here. You'll just take the bottom row and connect it across the back. You really only need the bottom row. What you'll then do is these 2 dark prismarine stairs at the very top that kind of stick over everything, you'll extend back until they are 2 further back than the aforementioned row. You'll then place upside down dark prismarine stairs below them that'll face towards each other like so. And then you'll bring those stairs down, or out, I guess, with normal stairs. Down with upside down stairs. Out with normal stairs. And you want to only do this with this furthest back row and just keep going until you should run into the dark prismarine roof. If you need to add an extra row, you can. But if you added 3, then you should be fine, because this is the second row. Just like so. You will fill in this little peak here, just a block within it with spruce planks like this, and it will end up sticking 1 further out than that row we placed, which is just fine. That row was kind of as a marker, so we knew where to go. And then from this point, it's more of the same. You're just connecting everything up. The bottom dark prismarine stairs here on the sides will just be brought in, and then on the side roofs here, it'll just still connect. And yeah, this one is a little bit easier because it is literally just connecting stairs to stairs with a little angle that you just continue to follow the same time over and over again, or just out a row, I guess, and up each time. But yeah, and eventually you'll end up reaching the top where you'll fill in the roof, I guess, fully. I don't know. And after this one's done, it's just the dark prismarine roof, and then you should be done in theory. Unless, of course, I missed something painfully obvious, but I don't think I did this time. Oh, I did, I guess, the chimney. Haha. So, yeah. We do need that. At least I remembered. Anyway, you should have this. For the chimney, this is like fairly easy anyway. It's not particularly anything crazy. Where is the image of it? I know I had one. There it is. You want to be just right of the main peak here and on the top row of dark prismarine stairs on these side peaks. You'll take this kind of inner corner stair, and from it you'll count right by 3 to this stair. You will break it along with the stair in front of it and 2 stairs behind. You'll then break a row of stairs to the right and replace each of the stairs you just broke with blocks of raw iron. You'll essentially bring the front and back irons just up a row to kind of create a rectangle, and then you'll bring the whole 2x4 up an additional row with iron. On top of that, you'll place dark prismarine stairs kind of in a particular shape to make them all connect. So at the front, they will face forward. At the back, they will face backward. And then the 2 remaining blocks here on the right, they will face right. And the 2 remaining on the left, they will face left. And then on top of each of those, you will place a dark prismarine block. You could use slabs if you think that's a little bit clunky. It is larger than normal, and I did intend for it to be larger than normal, but if you don't like it, that is completely fine. And anyway, once you have done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is your Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's complete. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, have a fantastic rest of your day or night. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.